Hello everyone, welcome to QuintEdge. This is CA FRM Jan. This video is going to be your one-stop solution for anything and everything related to FRM Part 1 exam. In case you have any queries related to FRM Part 1 exam, do watch this video till end and I'm pretty sure all your queries will be resolved. So first of all, let us discuss the structure of this video, then we'll be proceeding ahead. So firstly, I'm going to talk about FRM exams in general and about the institute that conducts FRM exam, that is GARP, Global Association of Risk Professionals. Then I'm going to talk about FRM Part 1 exams in detail. So minimum passing marks, historical pass rate, registration fees, what's the time to register and other things. Then I'll be talking about FRM syllabus, what is prescribed in GARP's curriculum and the way I cover it. Then I'll be talking about industries in which FRM work and their primary exposure to risk. This topic is covered over here because you are at a very nascent stage of your risk manager career. So it's a very good time to understand which kind of risk you will be managing in future and which kind of risk to manage is the most rewarding. And then I'll be talking about FRM salary after clearing part 1. Without any prior experience, without finance background, how much you can expect to earn just by clearing FRM Part 1 exam. This is going to be a really interesting video. Let us start. Before moving towards the content of the video, I need to give you understanding about risk so that you can connect with me in the later part of the video. So in general, risk are of two types. One is called as financial risk. Another one is called as non-financial risk. Non-financial risk have three categories: operational, political, legal and regulatory. Operational risk is covered in detail in FRM curriculum. Political risk, legal risk generally is not covered in any syllabus, including FRM. Okay, so this is not our area of interest. Even if operational risk is covered, the most rewarding area is this one. Where you earn the most is this one. Which interests me the most is this one. Financial risk can again be divided into three parts: business and strategy, commercial risk, market risk. Business and strategy is not our cup of tea. So consultants like McKinsey, Bain, they take care of business and strategy. We don't have to deal with this. Commercial risk and market risk, this is where our specialization kicks in. So commercial risk can again be divided into two parts: liquidity and credit. And liquidity can again be divided into funding liquidity and market liquidity. Then credit risk, default, bankruptcy, downgrade and settlement, four types of credit risk, and then market risk. So what I just want you guys to take away from this slide is, in total, like what we are called as financial risk managers, right? So in total, these are the areas in which we focus or we try to manage as a financial risk manager. Operational risk, though part of curriculum, 90-95% of the curriculum focuses on this. Okay. Now let us move ahead and talk about FRM. So this exam is conducted by an institute called as GARP. It is based in US. So any educational qualification that emerges from US already have that stars attached before its name because of the quality of education they provide. The institute based in US is considered to be the best in the world, and GARP is no exception. FRM exams are considered as gold standard into risk management. So there is no bachelor's into risk management, master's into risk management. There are no such courses in India at least. But in case you want to learn risk management, what's the go-to course? FRM. Okay. The curriculum, like what you are taught in FRM curriculum, it focuses on three things, three domains, and you apply all three domains into risk management. So one is analytics, one is finance, and one is statistics. You learn about all three domains and then you learn how to apply it into risk management. Then it is recognized as equivalent to masters in many countries, including India. So if you complete your FRM and you get FRM certification, it will be considered equivalent to masters. The demand for this risk management is extremely robust. So whenever there is a crisis, financial crisis, so after 2007-8 market crash, demand for FRM kicked in. Then after 2020 COVID crisis, demand for FRM again increased. So whenever there is a crisis in financial markets, there are organizations who start looking for financial risk managers and our demand increases. Then to clear FRM exams, though it is considered equivalent to masters, all you have to do is clear two exams, part 1 and part 2, and then provide with some relevant work experience of 2 years, and you will get FRM certification. Okay. Now let us move ahead and let me talk about brief history about GARP, how it got established. So there were two people. One was ex-chairman of Walmart e-commerce, and there was another person. They were working in Credit Suisse as risk managers. So there was no formal education for becoming a risk manager, but this was a domain back in 1995, 1996. So what they used to do is they used to meet every week in some pubs of New York and used to discuss their job. And then one of them eventually thought, let's popularize this kind of education because there is no course into risk management. And then within 6 months, I think there were around 250 members from 23 countries, and it was flourishing, right? And currently we have around 2,79,000 members approximately from 195 countries. So the intent of setting up this institute was always to educate people about risk management, and not from the theoretical point of view. Whatever you are going to do on your job, let's learn this before going there in the form of books. So curriculum is designed in such a way, it's very applicative in nature. It's not like theoretical reading, you'll read and you'll forget. You have to learn how to apply. So it's really interesting to read about FRM curriculum. Okay. Now let's talk about FRM exams in detail, especially part 1. So let's talk about exam fees, which are major concern. Exam fees can be divided into two parts: registration fees and exam fees. So registration fees is $400, you have to pay flat. Your exam fees depends upon the time of registration. So right now the latest available attempt is May 2023. Early bird registration will start from 1st December 2022 and will be there from 31st till 31st January 2023. So if you register between this period, you have to pay $600. If you register a bit late, from 1st February 23 to 31st March 23, you have to pay $800. Can I firstly pay 400, then 600 or 800? No. You have to pay this together. So $1,000 if you register early, $1,200 if you register late. Okay. Now exam date, in 2022, there were 3 attempts. One was in the month of May, one was in the month of August, and November will be held from 5th of November to 18th of November. But registration for November 2022 have closed. Now the latest attempt available to you is May 2023. Okay. What are the exam dates? 6th May to 19th May for FRM part 1. For August and November attempt, the dates are not available. Okay. Now exam testing, like the exam is like you have to pick the correct answer. So you have to appear in front of screen, select the correct answer. In total, there will be 100 questions, no negative marking. So you have to attempt all the questions irrespective of whether you know answer or not. Okay, now regarding exam center, I leave one website in description. You can go to that website. Exams are conducted by Prometric. So you can go to that website. You can put in your address detail and it will tell you what is the nearest exam center to you. Okay. And there are many centers in India in all the major cities. So you can go and check what is the nearest address to your residential place. Okay. Now historically the pass rate, I'm not going to give you median mean. The minimum was 42% in last 5 years and maximum was 47%. So it went down, I think 2018, 2019, it went down a bit. Now again have came around 47%. Historically it is around 50%. So pass rate is really good. And what is minimum passing score? So as such, no passing score is disclosed by GARP. So what you'll do is, in total there are 4 subjects in FRM part 1. You'll get score for individual subjects on the basis of quartile. Suppose there are 20 questions in one of the subjects and the maximum number of correct answer anyone have ticked is say 15 out of 20 and your score is say 14 out of 20, then you are amongst the best, that is you are in the first quartile. So generally I recommend you should target to be in first quartile for at least 2 subjects. If in case you are not scoring in the first quartile for at least 2 subjects, then it becomes difficult to pass. So first quartile in 2 subjects and second quartile in remaining 2 subjects is generally recommended. There is no as such minimum passing score. You have to do well in all the subjects. Okay. Now what about the curriculum? In total there are 4 modules. The first module is called as Foundations of Risk Management. Weightage is around 20%. This is bit theoretical in nature, barring 2 chapters. One is on capital asset pricing model and another one is on multi-factor model. Barring these 2 chapters, it is bit theoretical in nature. It discusses few historical financial disasters, lays a very good foundation of risk management. Then we move towards quantitative analysis. It is basically applied statistics. So the goal of this module is, in case you see some output of some model, will you be able to analyze it and will you be able to interpret and apply it in real life? If in case you can do that, the goal of this subject is achieved. Weightage is around 20%. Then you have financial markets and product. Weightage is around 30%. Financial markets, broadly there are four kind of financial markets: equity, fixed income, commodities and derivatives. It is covered over here. And then valuation and risk model. Till now, we haven't discussed anything related to risk other than some theoretical part in first module. So the quantitative side of risk, like value at risk, like Black-Scholes model, binomial tree, various kind of option strategies is discussed over here. But the curriculum is designed in such a way, over the long term I have felt, it is designed from level 2 or level 3. It doesn't start from very base. So what I have done is, I have extracted chapters from the entire curriculum, arranged it in such a way that it becomes easier for a person who is very new to all this. So the way I cover it is, firstly we learn about quants, then we learn about interest rates and portfolio. Then the third module is future and forward. The fourth one is options. The fifth one is risk and risk management. And the last one is historical financial disasters. All the 60 readings are covered over here, but organized in such a way that it feels like a link. One chapter is linked with another one. Okay. Now let us move ahead and let's talk about the industry that you would be working after clearing FRM part 1. The industry remains same. Whether you cleared FRM part 1 or part 2, your salary will be on lower side. This is where you basically work after, like when you want to enter into risk management. These are the industries that employ you. So banks, investment banks, asset management companies, consultancy firms, hedge funds, insurance companies, credit rating agencies, government and regulatory agencies. And like these are the kind of risk one risk manager manages in these organizations. So market risk, credit risk, liquidity risk and operational risk. Even if you don't understand these things in detail, you can see scope of operational risk is the least. Scope of market risk and credit risk is the most. And liquidity risk, you will mainly work around liquidity risk in banks and financial institution, or maybe when you are a consultant or working with some government organization, maybe let's say RBI. So it's very limited in scope, but market risk and credit risk is required to be managed almost by all kind of organization. So this is where the money lies in. This is where it gets really interesting. If in case you want to go for specialization, liquidity risk is good, but I do not recommend anyone to go and make career into operational risk. At least in my understanding, these are the areas that will interest you the most. These are the areas that rewards the most. Okay. Now let's talk about the salary that you can expect after clearing FRM part 1 exam. So I've drawn a line. I've used this graph before. If in case you want to see details about salary at each level in each company, in each industry, refer to the previous video, links in the description. But in case you just cleared FRM part 1 with no previous experience, no background from finance, just FRM part 1 qualification, then minimum salary that is observed is around 3.5 lakh rupees. Higher side it is around 9 lakh rupees. Okay, so minimum and maximum. So you will observe over here, the tech companies, tech enabled companies pay you the least amount of money. Then big fours, KPMG, EY, PwC pay you slightly higher, around 5 lakh rupees. Then consultants like Accenture, TCS pay you slightly on higher side, around 8-9 lakh rupees. So after clearing FRM part 1, you can start working in the relevant field, and then along with it, since it is a distance learning course, you can prepare for FRM part 2 exam. That's ideally what I recommend. This is the salary that you can expect. Okay. So I've covered everything in this video to the best of my understanding, all the way from starting from the foundation of GARP to salary, exam fees, how much you can expect to earn, minimum passing score, registration date, nearest attempt, everything that was asked to me I've covered. But in case you have some particular questions, maybe that is very specific to you, feel free to reach us in the comments below.